Hello there, Guy Ted here, back with another Transformers review. Today I'm looking at War for Cybertron Siege Shockwave. Shockwave here from the Siege line of Wars for Cybertron is actually my favorite figure in my collection. I just like his design a lot. Anyways, first off, we can put him off to the side and take a look at his box. So here we have his box. Of course, came in a clamshell. Nice artwork on the side. Leader class. Then we get the amazing Siege artwork here. Or good. Then turn to the back. Shows his alternate mode, his combat ready mode, and then him on like a little drone guy. It says his select opponent is Ultra Magnus. Now we can take a look at the instruction booklet. It's actually pretty big. It's about as big as Shockwave here. We can open it up. First, it shows you how to take off all of his armor stuff, then turns him into his like kind of spaceship. Shows this here, talks about his weapons, then talks about the Micromasters, Battle Masters, and Fire Blast effects. Let me just fold that back up. So now we can take a look at Shockwave. Very, very nice figure. And first thing we're going to do is take off all of his armored bits. And I'll show you how to put them into his, like, kind of drone thing. It doesn't show how to in the instructions. Anyway, first you want to slide this out. There's a peg here that slides through a little indent on the inside there. And then rotate these around so that the pig's facing up, and then, oh wait, no, pig's facing down, sorry, and then click it in. Make sure this kind of fin is pointing out with the other fins. You should feel it kind of click almost. Then we can take off his kind of tail coat in a way. Now we flip these out until they kind of snap, and then rotate these pieces, peg these together, and then we can take off his shoes. Maybe you want to wiggle them a little bit. Now we can peg his shoes together, and then peg them. You want to kind of push these blasters in first, and peg them in to this part. Then take the two side things, peg them into the side, but they won't really stay that well. Wait a minute. Kind of at a loss for words, because most of the time, oh, there we go. Most of the time they kind of loose and fall out. Anyway, first we can take a look at this. Nice painting on this part. I think these blasters are painted. Once again, more painting over here. And I think these cannons here are painted. Now we can take a closer look up at Shockwave. And here we go. He has some light piping in there. Don't know if you can see that. Put my finger, and then, anyway. Nice little Decepticon insignia on both his arms, and then on his feet here there's some more painting. Very nicely done. And I think the bunny ears here are painted as well. Anyway, so first things first, well, I should say that his feet, they have holes in them. You can peg them onto here. Of course, that's how they pegged on. Now we can take a look at posability. So his head is on a ball joint. If you want, he can't really look up that much because of his backpack. So you can kind of disengage this section and get him a wider range of posability there. First, well, we should take a look at the back before we go fully into posability. Take a look, character all around. Now, these, I will look at this arm because everything's the same on this arm, just limited by the hose. So from this joint you can move it up, and then from another joint here you can move it up again. And this arm, well, this joint in the shoulder here is mostly for I meant this one here in the torso section is more for transformation. And then we have a bicep swivel, elbow bend, and then a wrist rotation. Same thing as on the blaster. And I forgot to mention, on these blasters, they can rotate too. There's a wide range of posability for these because there's double hinge here, hinge here. Put that back. Get back into Shockwave. He has rotation here at the waist. His legs are ratcheted, so he can actually kick far out forward and backwards. And then has a knee joint, forgetting the name here, thigh swivel, there we go. And then, of course, a little bit of a pivot on both legs. So, at the moment, I don't have any more War for Cybertron figures, but here we have Sea Spray, pretty small compared to him, and then here we have Sentinel Prime. I should have compared him in Shockwave's combat mode with all of the armor stuff on, but oh well. Anyway, now we can get into transformation. So, first things first, come around, kind of rotate this, be careful, and unpeg the hose, then disengage the head, fold the head in, make sure it's straight, and if you can see there's nice detailing inside the chest there, very nice. Then straighten these arms out, and then fold them completely up, like this, or get them into a configuration similar to that. Then you can unpeg his backpack, and then open it up. I will say, during my first time I was a little afraid, but to add force, because it seemed it might break, but it didn't. It needed a little force. So as you see, we slide the arms in, and then close this up, kind of straighten everything out, make sure everything's good. Now we can come to the legs, flip out these panels on the side. Once again, there is detailing on the inside there, on the bottom of the leg there too. Come around to this side, unpeg that too. Now you want to flip these completely around, make sure that none of the bends here are bent or the knee is bent. Now we want to straighten these up and then fold them in using the joint inside the leg, and then kind of clip them together here, compress everything up, and then we want to tab it into the chest here, and then fold out the wings here, and then peg this in here. Now we can take all of this stuff, disengage all of that, so first thing I would recommend to do is attach this section. It pegs in here and tabs into the side of the torso on each side. And like in the kind of drone mode. It tabs in the center there. Just squeeze to make sure everything is alright. And I did forget to mention, you want to fold out this landing gear on the backpack here, all the way out. Now, take these sections, peg them in here so that the most painted side is facing outwards. There. Then we take both the feet, or shoes, and flip these fins out, and then we can peg them in to each side here. And let me get them all in shot. There we go. Shockwave in his spaceship kind of mode. So here a lot of the details carry over, such as these blasters. Very nice mode. Straighten some of the feet out there. Now, as for a comparison, here's Sea Spray. Let me get him back into full shot there. Zoom out a little bit. Sea Spray here can fit almost exactly onto the front part there. Here we have Sentinel Prime, and he honestly kind of looks a little small. If we take a top-down look, we can see he kind of looks a little bit smaller, but that's probably because of armor bits of Shockwave poking out on the sides. Take him away. Now I'll transform him back up and get him and give my final thoughts. Although Shockwave is a leader class and priced at a leader class price, I do highly suggest this figure. He is very, very nice. I would say it would be the only logical conclusion to spend your money to buy this figure. Anyway, as I said, Shockwave here is one of my favorite figures in my collection, and overall in design, I have to say Shockwave is one of my favorite Transformers overall. Anyway, back to the review. Shockwave here, very nice figure. Pick him up if you can. And I guess that's all for this review. If you like my videos and would like to see more of my content, make sure to subscribe, and bye.